Wanted to show quick, this is a big giant green mountain maple that I've been air layering off of the last couple of years, and I'm starting to get his growth more compacted. All of this has been air layered this year, and I want to show I started this on the 7th of May, and now I see roots shooting out of this big one right here. Today is the 30th of June. I'm trying to get this more compact for the owner because he didn't want all the leaves on the roof, so I'm trying, the idea is to bring the tree to this level. These will be taken out as well, but I'm going to show you how far we got going already. I need to check. This is my lowest air layer and the biggest one I've ever done. Look at the thickness of that. I can't get my fingers around it. He is going to be huge, and he's got his first roots already showing down here on the bottom. It's very exciting. I was not sure how he was going to do. Coming up higher in the tree, I have this one not showing roots yet, and this one here also not showing roots. This one out here as well. I do not see any roots on this. Two more over here. I do see, pretty sure that's a root right there. I don't know. And I only see roots on the really big one right now. So right now, I mean, look at the size of that air layer. That's a massive air layer. So I'm pretty excited that he's rooting because he's gonna need a lot of root to support that leaf foliage mass, leaf mass, whatever. Back in the tree on a beautiful day. It is the 31st of July. Look at that root mass on that tree. Incredible. There's the size of the air layer. It is very hard, huge root mass. That's an incredible air layer. Up here, we have another really successful rooted. Over here, very successful. These two right over here, loaded with roots. Loaded with roots. Huge success on the air layers. We're going to go ahead and take them today. It has not been 90 days yet. Really amazing. We're at like 87 days. We're gonna go ahead and take them. This is incredible. My biggest air layer ever. Huge. Then we have 4 more, which is a lot of tree. Now I gotta go get them potted up. Look at that root mass. It's a big cut, but that is amazing. Look at those things. Wow. Incredible. So now he goes down in here with the moss. I've cut off a lot of leaves from him. We're gonna have to probably do more, but that is a beautiful, beautiful root mass. He should do really well. Let's get him planted. When I cut down the air layers, I've been following Peter Chan from Heron's Bonsai's method for root development. He uses sphagnum peat moss. I just use, this is literally moss just out of the forest. And then the pots will sit on a tray, and those trays will be filled with water, so that's always wicking up into the moss to keep the roots hydrated. This is the system I've been using for the last few years, and it's worked really well for me with Japanese maples. So the next step in the process after you have your pots ready is we have to take off quite a large amount of this leaf mass. It's way too much. The roots can never support it. But I'm going to cut off probably about 3/4 of this tree or so. Major operation on this guy. So that's it. That's what the tree looks like whenever it's done. All right, so then the only thing that I have to do is I set it down into the moss bed very carefully, not to break what little roots that I do have, and then I'm gonna have to tie this into the pot, but now I'm gonna pack more moss around it, water it, and put it in a shade spot. That's basically it. He's tied in now to keep the root zone from being shifted around. Most of his leaves pruned. I'm going to take even more, probably cut up some more. I just wanted to get his roots in water. And now you just set them in the tray in mostly shade. And this is where the airlayers sit. They're sitting in a tray of water so they can always wick. And I have them stuck here in this little corner. And every day I just come in here and squirt down their leaves. Keep this whole area very moist and super humid. Okay, we have moved up to the 8th of September. This is the large airlayer. This was removed on the 31st of July. So it's made those many roots since the 31st. And this one has a little bit, but they're doing quite well. And then I have these 3 over here, which have also produced roots. And today I'm going to pot them up. So it's been a little bit more than a month sitting in these moss pots in the tray of water, and they've put out significant roots. Inside the pot, basically around the bottoms, I just have old broken pieces, which I'm going to put in here. And then I have this really nice new soil, which is mostly stone. This is the consistency of the soil. Mostly stone, some clay pebbles in there, looks like some perlite mixed in. This stuff is like, I really love it. I think this is gonna be great. Super excited about using this stuff. So if you can get them, that's the company name. And this is the name of the soil. All right, I'm gonna cut it out of the pot. All right, let's go nice and slow with this so we don't damage anything. And there we go. There's the root system. It developed over the last month. It's quite stable. I'm gonna go ahead and pick out as much of this as I can very carefully to not disturb too much of the roots, but I don't want to have a big giant pile of moss in there to keep everything super wet. But that's what you can get. That's as far as I'm gonna go. I've taken out quite a bit. It's still very soft and squishy, but I'm afraid I don't want to damage any of these fine roots. He's got a lot of feeder roots right here on the top. So I'm just trying to make sure that they're nice and going out. I don't see anybody twisting around or anything like that. So we should have a nice straight raked out kind of top here. And I would love to get more moss out, but there's a bunch of tiny fine feeder roots that I do not want to damage. So I'm happy with the top, and we'll let the underside do what it's gonna do. But I'm gonna go ahead and put them in. All right, we're gonna go ahead and take out the big guy here and see what we got going on. This is 1 month. Maybe I should leave him longer, but I'm concerned that the roots are not gonna come out. There we go. Oh my gosh, he's so big. Look at that thing. It is an absolute monster. And that's what we got for roots. Yeah, that's 1 month of root development. Oh man, he's heavy. The last step from this is I just threw some moss on top to help hold humidity, and I got them tied in. And then that's it, 4 points anchored in, and now we'll just go ahead and keep them in a shaded spot so they get a little bit of sun, but mostly stay shaded for the next month, and then slowly we will move them out to a little bit more sun. And there's the big guy, and there he is.